All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I start this lesson, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakha Kudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to Allah Achim and this truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the one third of the nation of Israel, which we're fighting to be a part of. This is the brother Khabar Yakal coming back, Lord willing, with another quick and edifying lesson. And this lesson is really just going into nuclear war must come. All right, nuclear war it must and will come. All right, according to biblical prophecy. All right, and it's inevitable. All right, it's really inevitable. And I just got this article right here. I really didn't even read it yet because the headline or the title, said it all. Caught my attention. So I'm just gonna go into it and get a few scriptures. It says terrifying animation, which it should be terrifying, all right? Because guess what? When the Most High God, which His name is Yahweh, all right, and the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, all right, when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, brings World War III to pass, of course after the MOTB, the RFID micro CHIP is made mandatory here in Babylon the Great, aka America. When the Lord brings this to pass, the whole world is gonna fear the Lord. When it's all said and done, when Jacob's trouble, after Jacob's trouble, after all hell breaking loose, after the like I said, the MOTB, the RFID micro CHIP and the Neuralink, when that's made mandatory, and then ultimately the destruction of Babylon the Great in World War III, the whole planet Earth is gonna fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Of course, and last but definitely not least, I almost forgot to mention Yahweh Shai coming back. The return of Yahweh Shai, which this is all gonna be happening, back to back. All right. Well, World War III is happening. Yahweh Shai is gonna come back. The whole planet is gonna see him. Every eye shall see him. When it's all said and done, when this place is hit with nuclear missiles, as this shows, America's gonna get hit with nukes. It shows you right here the trajectory, of those ICBMs, which is in the Bible. All right. Matter of fact, just based off of this, this diagram or whatever, I'm gonna get this scripture. All right. I know it's in Second Esdras. If I'm not mistaken. Hold up. Let's see if I can get it. Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse. I'll start at 13. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll start at 12. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of His power when He comes back. And then before He even comes back, what did Yahweh say? I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Because there's already gonna be fires and commotion and destruction before Yahweh even comes back. There's already gonna be tons and tons of deletion going on the planet Earth. People being deleted even before the Lord comes back. And the scripture says, Isaiah 66 and 15. It says the slain of the Lord shall be many. It says verse 13, for strong is His right hand. Who is the right hand? Yahweh Shai. All right, Revelation chapter 5 tells you Yahweh Shai sits at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. So he's the right hand. It says, for strong is the right hand, is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. And the ultimate plague is the missiles. That's what it's talking about in this scripture. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So that's how bad it's going to get, all right? Even the elect is going to be in the spirit of who's going to deliver me, which we know the answer, Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us. And we have to have faith in that, but it's going to get that bad to where even the elect are going to be shooken up, from the destruction, from all hell breaking loose. And guess what? Even when, Lord willing, we're of the elect, even when we get beamed up into a chariot and get saved, by Yahweh Shai from those missiles, the chariot being what the world would call a UFO, all right? Which they're not little green men from Mars, all right? They're not aliens with big heads and gray skin or green skin, all right? The angels, the angels are the life forms, or the creatures, or whatever you want to call it. The angels are the ones piloting those ships, and they're gonna come back to gather the elect, and ultimately Yahweh Shai is gonna beam up the elect into his ship, his chariot, which is gonna be so big it's gonna block out the whole sky. I kind of lost my. Oh no. What I was trying to say is, even when the elect get beamed up and saved, if Lord willing we're of the elect, we're still gonna be afraid, even in those new bodies, because the scripture says the remnant were affrighted. All right, it says. Matter of fact, I'm done on this. This little diagram, it made me think of that scripture. All right. It says a terrifying animation shows how a single nuclear warning shot could lead to more than 90 million people in Russia, the U.S., and other NATO countries being killed or injured. Singular nuclear warning shot would see World War III in hours. And guess what? It's going to be even less than hours, because the scripture says, I'll get that real quick. And I didn't even have these scriptures written down. It's actually going to be way less than hours. All right, it's going to be 66 minutes to be exact, according to prophecy. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10. It says, matter of fact, verse 9, it says, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Who is the her? It's speaking about Babylon the Great, all right? It says, which is aka known today as America, all right? It says, standing afar off for fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So like this says it, it says in hours with devastating phase, it says a singular nuclear warning shot would see World War III in hours with devastating final phase. All right, and like I just read, it's gonna be actually 1 hour, because there's something called a mutually assured destruction. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or whatever, but I think it's called mutually assured destruction. When one country launches a hypersonic ICBM, or any type of nuclear, weapon, automatically every other country with nuclear capabilities is going to launch theirs automatically. They probably got it, They probably don't even have to push a button. If one country launches a nuke, it's probably automatically just gonna launch every other. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it's gonna be in 1 hour. All right, and also these missiles, they're called intercontinental ballistic missiles for a reason, because they could travel from continent to continent in an extremely short amount of time. All right. This is the simulation dubbed Plan A was put together by researchers at the Science and Global Security Lab at Princeton University in New Jersey, amid rising tensions between Russia and the U.S., as well as NATO countries, which is the beast. All right, and the U.S. is the whore that rides upon the beast. NATO, in the EU, that's the beast. So all these nations are going to play a role. Of course, with Russia and the U.S. being, the main, the main opponents, if you will. All right. And that was done in 2019. Imagine now. All right. And speaking of Russia, I'm going to get this scripture real quick. I got written down. Matter of fact, because that's also according to biblical prophecy as well. All right. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. And start at 3. It says, and thus, matter of fact, I started 2. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, which is the same thing. All right. Gog and Magog is the same thing. You're really just saying, Gog twice, because Magog means from Gog. All right. Elder Apostle Tahar, he always brings that out for a reason. We got to know what we're talking about. Magog is the same exact thing as Gog. It's not two different things. It says the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal and prophesy against him. And this is how you know it's talking about Russia, because when you break down the word Russia, it's really a Hebrew word, all right, which means chief prince. It literally means chief prince. Ra'ash, which means head or chief, and Shar, which means prince. So it's Ra'ash Shar. That's where the word Russia comes from. That's how you know this is biblical prophecy. Verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, because those are Edomites, just like America is run by Edomites. The Lord is against them, but he's going to use them, and he's about to say it. Verse 4 says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Lord is going to, the Lord is controlling this whole, all these nations. All right. The scripture says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is controlling this. All right. They have no choice but to fight World War III. They have no choice. The Lord is in control. All right. It says, that's it on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to get, Matthew 24 and verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's what we're seeing, wars and rumors of wars. With when you see articles like this, this is a wars and rumors of wars. And matter of fact, when you go back, all you see is nothing but wars and rumors of wars. All right, Vladimir Putin suffers major blow as 1,200 Russians killed in battle for Ukraine's Kharkiv. 5,500 airmen elected for master. All you see is wars and rumors of wars, man. All right. So that's pretty much it with this lesson. Just a real quick one. World War III is inevitable. Okay. That's why it says, see that ye be not troubled. This is Yahushua speaking. All right. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. It has to happen before, before the kingdom of heaven could be established. All right, that evil root has to be taken out before the righteous root could be, planted. All right, and how is this evil root going to be taken out? By World War III, ultimately by nuclear destruction, and all those that take the MOTB, in the right hand or on their forehead, that RFID-C hit or the Neuralink, you're going to be in that nuclear destruction, which is the second death, and in the lake of fire. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect, giving all praise once again, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai,